Does Taylor know more than she's letting on, or is this a PR cleanup? Let's get into it. I'm going to be using abbreviations because the first time when I used everyone's names, we got blacked out. So bear with me. As some of you know, I've been investigating the Justin Lee Fisher case where he trespassed Travis K's property to allegedly serve TS deposition papers. So I decided let's backtrack a little bit. Let's see what happened days leading up to this. So coincidentally, September 12th, keep in mind that September 15th is when the trespassing incident occurred. So September 12th, we had Wayfair filing a motion stating that they're requesting an extension because, quote, Swift's pre-existing professional obligations now prevent her from being deposed within the current discovery window. Interesting that they use the key word now. Now, what would those obligations be? Could it be that she was trying to avoid being deposed, or did she actually have something going on? Now, whether or not those obligations override being deposed, debatable. TS had filed a restraining order in regards to a stalker, Brian W. Now, Brian didn't show up to the court hearing for September 15th, and since it didn't pull through, the judge gave a new date of September 22nd to contact him. So TS hired a private investigator named BB. Now, what's going to be very interesting is BB, where does she work? I looked into BB, and lo and behold, she had an extensive career at Kia. Now, who else do we know hired someone that worked at Kia? Blake. Coincidence? I'm not sure, but let's continue, shall we? September 12th, we had Wayfair basically saying that TS wouldn't be able to be deposed within the window. So everyone's already starting to question things of what's going on. Then 2 days later, TK gets in trouble because he's wearing a free 4 shirt. And for people that aren't aware of the situation, this teammate got in a hit and run accident, left the scene. The scene caused a 6-vehicle collision, major injuries, and you want to know all he got? A slap on the wrist. Literally, only 30 days in jail. 30. It gets better. The judge will allow him to find time or times to serve the jail sentence at his convenience. The same day that TK was wearing that shirt, TS was seen coming to the game behind a moving wall. Now, some people have a lot of theories as to why that was. Some are saying it's because she was fearing for her safety, because she had her missing stalker, plus the Charlie Kirk stuff had just happened a few days before. Could it be that she just didn't want to be seen because she knew TK was going to be wearing that shirt? Maybe. So at this point, the pot is boiling. Everyone's starting to question what's going on. Why isn't she trying to be deposed? Like, why is she running from this? Isn't she going to stick up for her friend? Why is TK wearing this shirt and all the issues with that? Why isn't she speaking up about it? So what happens this night? What happens the night of all the controversy starting to blow up? The trespassing, September 15th at 2 a.m. Now, some could say this is all a mere coincidence or sheer bad luck with timing. But what I want to ask you now is let's look at the week of the hearing for this trespassing incident, and you tell me, why are we seeing all of these outings with TS? Keep in mind that the hearing was set for November 4th. So what happened the day before? TS was seen out with GH. And what a coincidence. It's not like TS had any idea that articles the next morning, the day of the hearing, would only be talking about the outing with GH. Now, I don't know about you, but does she look like she's fearing for her safety? No. So what was that wall all about, really? Now, she looks like she is going on a full runway. This screams, I called the paparazzi myself for them to get photos for the articles the next day. And on top of it, why is she not being dropped off in front of the restaurant? You're going to see here in a minute, there's a completely clear path where someone could have just stopped right in front of the restaurant, dropped her off, and she could have walked right in. But no, we needed all these new photos. Come on now. What is really going on? Look at this. Just like TS wanted, November 4th, everyone's talking about TS and GH being out and about. Nobody on mainstream media was talking about the hearing or updating anybody on the new updated hearing date for December. That was only me and a few other people. That was it. So putting that in mind, TS knew that, hey, we're still at least talking about it, so she's got some more work to do. She's got to drown us out a little bit more. She couldn't let the articles die down, so November 5th, she was out with TK. For good measure, TS and TK went out one more time, November 6th. And on top of it, they went to the exact same bar that TS and GH went to November 3rd. Interesting. Notice how the entire week is only focused on all the outings that she's going to. Nobody is talking about the trespassing incident. Nothing. One of the reasons I still believe that BL and TS might still be in cahoots together is because coincidentally, November 3rd, the same day that TS was starting her outing adventures with GH, Blake made a post about Halloween. Why is she making a late get ready with me post about Halloween days after Halloween? That's interesting. But there's one more. The day of the hearing, November 4th, Ryan is making a post basically congratulating Hugh Jackman. Interesting. I do also want to mention that TS's restraining order was approved Monday, September 22nd. So we're all good in that department. Were TS's new professional obligations just her wanting to handle the stalker situation? Or was there something more to it? I don't know. I do find it very interesting, though, that she's spending a lot of effort avoiding being deposed one way or the other. It doesn't look good for her either way. Either she's not sticking up for her friend of 10 years that has gone through a SH claim, and you're just watching her go through this alone and watching the world basically like rip her apart, not doing anything about it. Or you know the truth and you're watching JB get thrown under the bus and not doing anything about it. Doesn't look good. Not at all. But then you've got to think there's something more to this whole trespassing issue if the week of the hearing, we're just seeing her out and about left and right. And you can't tell me those are not her calling the PAP, being like, hey, come here, take a picture of me. We're going to be out at this place at this time. Be real. The question remains, why would TS want all the eyes and ears away from the trespassing case? You would think that she would be using this to her benefit of, hey, look, I was the victim. They were trying to come after me. Or is it that they were trying to depose her and it just proves that she's trying to avoid the case at all costs? I don't know. What do you guys think? As always, this is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt. I knew I was going to have issues with my last video because when I went to upload, this is what it looked like. This has only happened to my Kia videos, like a small group of them, and then one or two of my TS videos. If you don't want people to know that this is the truth, maybe not make it so obvious that you're trying to not get it out. Just a thought. Now, again, just alleged, so take it with a grain of salt. But as always, follow me for more.